Hi guys, so I did as the Baron suggested with a piece of cardboard. I guess it's a bit thinner than what the actual plywood is, but to conform with the shape, I mean, it sounds like it's extremely easy. The shape is very subtle, so I think that once wet, this will be a piece of cake. Okay, I've used this guy again, now removing the thicker tape here, now putting just masking tape to do the flatter area, and to remove all the that's it, all the interfacing this with this. So with this, like a 50 grit orbital sander, big size, worked wonder. Really, you actually got to go just go in there and then just do like a couple of I don't know, 5 seconds max while moving, and in no time I went through all this, and we're almost there. Next step will be to use a pencil, scrape every surface of this, and then use use this guy, glued to this guy to make sure I'm removing equally the markings I'll be doing. That will confirm that there's no low spots anywhere. Another small point. Before I go too far with finishing of this, which means before I use the sanding plate, I need to repair a boo-boo I made, which was to cut the fin post flush with the interior lamination. So now I need to splice or scarf joint a piece of wood to this. I confirmed with Lynn. He says on that particular piece, also outside of where the bolt is, which is going to be here, only 8:1 is going to be more than adequate. Alright, here I did a setup with a big piece of wood all the way to the fence, to this, all this to get my scarf joint or my splice in my fin post. I don't want to remove this fin post rudder combination until I got all the curve smoothed out to be the same shape, so they interface well. So I screwed the spacer I have to this table. I aligned the blade teeth to the side of this plank of wood, which is to the fence, and then I did as far as I could to where the hole will be for the lower fin post bolt. So I figured I didn't want to have the scarf joint in there, so as much as I could from there to there. So now I'll be able to remove this guy and put just a piece of wood in there, so I can splice it from here to there. And now for the other piece. All right, so there it is. It's a perfect fit. So even when I got a straight edge in here, we are perfectly aligned. So that'll be my glue joint for tonight. and gotta share in one of my failures again. To my complete dismay, I guess is the word, I was panicking when one of my gussets fell from but there was just no glue on it. It was just like a glimpse of some glue. I forgot to glue it, I guess. So this, yeah, one thing I had to make sure before I encapsulate the rudder with plywood, I gotta make sure I got some nuts inside for my eye bolts. I'll be using eye bolts, and I was thinking of just using something like this. This is unfortunately 1032. I was looking for some 316 nuts like this, and hoping that I could just I don't know, install maybe one small wooden screw on one side, and then maybe put some epoxy glue after I made sure that the eye bolt was in there, for aligning purposes, of course. But is there any reason why not to use something like this? I'd rather not do like some kind of brazing or whatever, something complicated. Something like this sounds strangely easy, so please tell me what I'm missing here. Oh yeah, also if you guys have any other comments or points before I close up the fin area with plywood. One thing I'm thinking is that I'm going to need to drill the hole for the cable bracing here. So maybe I could make a jig that would align on two surfaces here which are straight, so I could make sure that my drill point is exactly in where it needs to be. Yeah, please tell me other things I need to see before I close up. Of course, I'll need to varnish it all, and it seems that since I'm using a T88 epoxy, and if somebody has bad comments about it, but it sounds like a diluted epoxy type wood sealer would be a thing to do, as opposed to a spar varnish. Comments are welcome as usual. Okay, so it's all glued up. Of course, I had the straight edge of the table, put some wax paper at the base. I tried with a cardboard strip to make sure I didn't put like marring or scratches on the wood, but it was too difficult. It was sliding, so I had to hold it with my hands to make sure it was perfectly aligned, and stapled a couple of staples to prevent it from slipping. Then put my as Lynn calls them, the butterflies, and the same with this guy that I forgot last time. I guess that's pretty typical for anybody, but just something when it's 45 like this, put something else so that the clamp can clamp in the proper axis. Yeah, I'd like to point out that this Flitzer is officially going to be in the French inspired, I guess, and thanks to great talent of Lynn again, that's what he came up with. It sounds like it's already sold. It's going to be pretty close to that, I believe. Now here we see the fin covered in ply, which is going to match the fuselage. Thanks, Lynn.